Live from Demorest, Georgia here, Davis Barlow, Chloe Spratland, senior night for the 2023 Piedmont men's soccer class here. Just two seniors to be honored, but the ceremony has begun on the field. So ladies and gentlemen, at this time we would like to take a few moments to recognize the 2023 Piedmont University men's soccer senior class. These two seniors have combined for a total of 65 appearances over the course of 4 years in Demorest. They've combined to score 13 goals, with 6 of those coming this year. After this season, the duo has helped Piedmont to start 2-1 in the CCS, which is conference play for them. Our first senior from Thomaston, Georgia, number 16, Brady Puckett. Puckett has appeared in 11 contests over 4 seasons with the Lions. This season he has appeared in 4 contests while adding 4 goals, including his first career goal against MUW. He's currently 3rd on the team in goals scored this season. Off the field, Puckett has excelled in the classroom, being named to the 2023 CCS All-Academic Team. Brady plans to graduate in the spring with a degree in business management. From Thomaston, Georgia, number 16, Brady Puckett.
And our second and final senior from Watkinsville, Georgia, number 19, Ricardo Ruiz. Ruiz has appeared in 54 contests over 4 seasons, making 37 starts in his career. He's been a staple of the midfield for the Lions and has added 9 career goals and 7 career assists during his time in Demorest. In the spring season of 2021, Ruiz tallied 4 goals and 4 assists as a freshman, earning USA South All-Conference Second Team West Division honors. Entering today, Ruiz has made 4 starts for the Lions while appearing in all 13 contests and scoring 2 goals thus far. Ricardo plans to graduate in the spring with a degree in biology. From Watkinsville, Georgia, Ricardo Ruiz.
So 2 seniors honored here tonight. Toccoa Falls, an out-of-conference matchup for Piedmont here. The last one of those of this year. Chloe 2-1 in the CCS entering today. They travel to Maryville, then to Covenant, then to home versus Belhaven for the final home game of the season. Right now, they currently find themselves 4th on the table. It's been really an up-and-down year for Piedmont. Started 2-0, faltered midway through, didn't find their 3rd win until the 30th of September, Chloe, after winning their second game on September 3rd.
Well, if there's anything we've learned about the Lions, especially when it comes to last season, is that it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Of course, it's been an up and down year so far, but when you go into playoffs, that's when it really matters, and that's coming up sooner than we know. So as long as they can get it done in playoffs, surely they're going to have a home contest here, at least one. So it'll be exciting to see how they do as this young team is really starting to get that experience under their legs. And
Piedmont had a chance to be 3-0 here entering today at LaGrange. They conceded in the 88th minute of play. There, after really leading all major categories there, Chloe, and a couple good looks, especially in the second half, just didn't quite get converted. And that really feels like the story of this team. Even against Southern Virginia, they had looks. Against Oglethorpe, they had looks. Against Johnson and Wales, that game ending in a draw, in a 3-0 loss, they had multiple looks within the first 5 minutes.
And unfortunately, sometimes that's just how the game goes. This game, the beautiful game, we call it the beautiful game, but it can be brutal. It is not kind to always. So as long as you know today, especially in an emotional day like today, saying goodbye to 2 incredible seniors, they can get it done, play for the seniors, play for themselves, and play for, just getting their good win. It's not a conference game, but it's still a game that can pick you up for conference. So they can definitely get one today and maybe push themselves toward the end of the season.
Toccoa Falls coming into today struggling as well, just 3-7 on the year. They have only scored 13 goals in as many contests there. Colton Davis makes up half of those goals. He'll wear 14 today, so we'll see how the Lions back line handles that. And then on the flip side, Davis Knight for Piedmont, 21 points. He's got 9 goals thus far this season, Chloe. Standout freshman. And,
I think of it just like last year. We had a standout freshman in Colin Vogel. This year, Davis Knight, another standout freshman, not to mention Nathan Jacome. So I'm excited to see these guys. It's going to be a great day. It's a beautiful day to play some soccer. Fall break, so we'll see some students come in to support, but 7 minutes till starting kickoff. I'm excited, Davis.
You mentioned Vogel there, team's leading assister. He has 4 goals as well to his name there, so quite the year for him considering he's on every team's scouting report there. We'll see him up top and on the left wing a little bit today. Mentioned Nathan Jacome as well, got back in the goal scoring category since the last times the Lions have been here. 6 points for him, 3 goals on the season. Jason Austin, junior captain on this team, Chloe. He was one of the late highlights last year. He really came to life during the last third of the 2022 campaign. This season, just 4 points, 1 goal, 2 assists, but he's involved in pretty much every stage of the offense and defense.
And he's a player that Coach Jimmy Stevens can really rely on. He's not just, last year we saw him up top. We've seen him play in the 6. We've seen him play deep in the midfield. We've seen him play up top, out wide. He's a guy that, even though he might not be scoring as much as you would like him to see, he's still doing so much for this team on and off the field. He's a leader. You said he's a captain. He's in that role for a reason.
When we had mentioned Davis Knight earlier, he's tied atop the CCS for goals scored there with 9. I believe he's tied with All-American Enrique Hernandez down in LaGrange. Again, Enrique going on year 5 down there, having a fantastic year. And the freshman up here putting up some goals as well. So Chloe mentioned it. We're just away from kickoff here. We'll take a short break. When we come back, international walkout, national anthem, and the first 45. Welcome back here. Starting lineups complete. Anthem complete as well. Chloe, international walkouts underway. We're excited for tonight's game. Who's Toccoa Falls got out on the pitch?
So Toccoa Falls will start off number 2 defender freshman Samuel Terrer. Number 3 midfield junior John McIver, pardon me. Number 4 defense sophomore Kevin Fraley. Number 5, Andrew Klassen in defense. Number 7, Judah Berry, a midfield junior. Number 8, a midfield junior, Noah Williamson. Number 9, a junior forward, Michael Guthrie. Number 10, a senior midfielder, Nathan Maloney. Number 11, a sophomore defender, Joshua Lang. Number 14, a junior forward, Colton Davis. And number 33, a sophomore goalkeeper, Noah DeWeese.
Again, Colton Davis, the one to keep an eye on there. For Piedmont, a little different than what we're used to seeing out there tonight. Getting the starting goal tonight, Colin Sheeler. So no Bobby Wood to start this one off. Delroy Mattis, number 5, will be on the back line for tonight. Number 11, Colin Vogel up top on the left wing. He'll be joined by number 12, Davis Knight. Again, the freshman from LaGrange, Georgia, tied for the lead in goals in the CCS. In the midfield, number 15, Muhammad Al-Suwaidi. He'll be joined by number 16, Brady Puckett, and number 18, Jason Austin. And then the last member of that 4-man midfield will be number 19, Ricardo Ruiz. And on the back line for tonight, number 26, Adam Cook. Those are your starters for tonight's contest. Good luck to both teams. Again, a lot of people, Chloe, missing from that Piedmont lineup, but a couple big matchups later on this month, and specifically in 5 days at Maryville is a massive game for Piedmont.
And here's the thing, just because some of these guys aren't always going to be in the starting lineup or aren't getting the key minutes that they might get in this game, doesn't mean they're not big-time players. Notably, goalkeeper Colin Shearer. Last year, Colin Shearer was a third-choice goalkeeper, but he came in after both Bobby Wood and former player Grant Hoddle were injured, and he showed out. This is going to be a great game. I'm really excited to be here, Davis.
Yeah, great opportunity for him to showcase what he has as well. Of course, the 2 seniors, Ricardo and Brady, get the start for tonight. Again, Piedmont, last time out, scored 3 times in the first 6 minutes, one of them within 16 seconds of each other. There's a couple errant balls from Huntington. Again, they did not look class. They really struggled here. Off kickoff, they allowed a takeaway from James Cash. Cash played it forward to Vogel. And that was goal number 2, just 16 seconds after goal number 1. So here we go. Toccoa Falls, navy blue with gold trimming. They've got gold numbers as well. Piedmont in the classic home whites, green numbers, green letters, all white socks. And we are underway. First 45 here from Demorest. Sun's still up. It will go down before tonight is done. 73 degrees is your starting temperature here. It feels a little bit warmer, Chloe, with the sun, but once that sun's gone, temperature's going to drop.
Oh, they're going to drop severely, and you can already see some of the players, specifically Brady up top, is already wearing that long sleeve because here up in Demorest, it gets windy, it gets cold, it gets super chilly. Especially those guys on the sideline, if they want to be coming in, they need to be warming up heavily on the sideline or they're going to show up and they're just not going to be ready.
Looking at Piedmont, they've returned to early season form. Again, the first 2 games of the year, they scored 11 goals. In the past 4 contests, specifically the Huntington one, they hung 8 goals, but they added 3 to Swanee, 5 to Berea. They've looked extremely good over these last 4 games. We'll see if they can continue it here tonight.
And that'll be tough, especially because I'm already noticing that Toccoa Falls are in a deep 5 back here. Their outside wing backs have no intentions of going forward.
Well, it's going to be a problem for them when Colin Vogel's so fast over the top. Ball into the box, uncontested. Made it all the way to the outside back before being booted out towards the Piedmont soccer field here. Throw in to quickly restart it. Nico Eberhardt on ball. Back to Delroy Mattis. This is going to be an interesting back line set up here, Chloe. Christopher Bellin on the back line as well.
Young team get some of their young guys out there, which, you know, as a coach, Jimmy Stevens, it's great to see how much faith he has in his young side. as we just saw one of the captains and upperclassmen, Jason Oseen, try to get that ball just a little bit unlucky. But you always love to see, a coach trusting in his young guys, especially in a game like this. This is a big game because although it's not that Maryville in 5 days, this is the precursor to Maryville in 5 days. You want to go out in this game and get a good result to give yourself confidence for that next game.
Just 2 weeks left of the regular season. Maryville on the 14th, Covenant on the 17th, and then the final home contest against Belhaven here on the 21st. As Puckett now forward, he's got space to work with. Swung into the box, wanted Vogel. Ooh, that is a dangerous play there. From the back, chipped it over his own bar. It'll be the first corner kick opportunity for Piedmont.
But that's a fantastic ball from out wide. That ball low and driven. That's what you want to see, is you want that defender to not know what to do and just kick it out of bounds, because worst case scenario, it goes out for a corner. Best case scenario, it's an own goal.
That was Tarrer there on the back line, who chose to punt that one over. We await the corner. Right-footed, swung in towards the keeper, nice and low. Somebody got a foot to it, second foot to it. It gets blocked. Everybody wants a handball. They're not going to get it, and that one is well off to the right. Never had a chance from Al-Suwaidi. Good start nonetheless. I think it was Puckett on the half volley, Chloe.
Yeah, it was. It was a great attempt, too. Just too many bodies in the box there.
5 at the back. I think that's the first time we've seen that here at the Walker Athletic Complex this year. We've seen quite a few 3-4-3s, but nothing with a true 5-back line. Looks like a 5-4-1.
Yeah, 5-4-1, so they are matched up in the midfield, but offensively, that lone striker's got a lot of work to do. He's got a lot of runs to do. I would expect that this lone forward would want to come toward the ball and, want to receive it instead of having the ball played through. But that would mean those 4 midfielders and maybe those 2 wing backs would have to fly past them. So when that forward drops the ball, there's someone to go through after that.
Lone forward is Colton Davis. Again, 8 goals on the season. He has over half of the goals for Toccoa Falls thus far. And
given their shape, that honestly just makes sense. He's the highest man and the only man up high there. So I'm excited to see how he creates and how he wants to receive the ball.
Timing on the run was off between Vogel and Al-Suwaidi, though. Piedmont's got it back. Eberhardt just inside the midfield line. Goes around a pair, has it poked away, still on ball, and will force this one to be played up the field, though they will whistle him for the foul. Free kick for the Screaming Eagles.
And even in a free kick opportunity like this, you don't see that many of the Screaming Eagles going forward. You have at least 4 defenders still back for Toccoa Falls. So, you can already tell in these opening 5 minutes, this is going to be a defensive game for the Screaming Eagles, just letting in as little goals as possible. And that makes sense with a dynamic offense the Lions have.
It does, especially considering the fact that Toccoa has conceded 45 goals this season thus far. This should be on, though Knight did not find the backheel touch he was looking for. It's back to the keeper once more. So far, a couple good opportunities for Piedmont. Nothing of note yet. Clearance up the field, no first touch. It'll sneak its way to Davis. Chest pass out wide. Now poked through. Good speed from the back line, though that's a errant touch. Eberhardt's trying to keep possession. He will win that 50, slam it upfield. It should stay in the field of play. And it will. Forward to Tarrer. Back to the midfield. Puckett steps, forces the long ball. No one in that area, and Sheeler will finally get some action. Eberhardt once again wants to find Vogel. Knight actually going to be able to make his way over, and the Back wanted to let it get to the keeper. Unfortunately, could not do it. He'll have to play it out for a throw-in.
And you can see the Lions using their speed early. They've got some of the fastest guys probably in the entire CCS on their wings here, and that's what they're going to try and do. They're not going to do much of playing through the middle. They're going to go out wide and get those crosses in early.
This is a good step by Barry. He worked his way through two. He wanted to play it down line to Davis, but just not going to happen. Delroy Mattis tracks over there. Into Bellin. Across to Adam Cook. Good passing by the Piedmont offense. Good touch there by Puckett, though Adam Cook did not find a touch, and it will be taken away in the defensive third by the Screaming Eagles.
This is going to be a tough game for the Lions to try and break lines through. As we spoke about earlier, they've got a 5-back, but it's not just that 5-back. That 4 in the midfield, they drop completely. There is only one man on their offensive side, and it's their star forward. Maloney
got called for the foul that gave away the free kick. Does make its way to the keeper. Knight might have gotten away with a little bit of a push there. Deweese plays it forward all the way to the Piedmont back line here. Bounced around. They wanted Colton Davis. Not going to quite get it to him. Cut out by Bellin and played all the way back to Mattis inside his own 18. Long ball forward, wants Puckett, not going to make its way through, though. The loose ball grabbed by Ruiz. Knight is on sides here. Raced with the keeper, tries to poke it around. Better play by Deweese there to get in front of that one. He did take some contact, though. We might see him go down here. He's trying to walk it off, and he will go down here. Clock stops for the first time here, so while we wait to make sure Deweese is good to go, we're going to take a short break here listening to Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here. Davis Barlow, Chloe Spratlin here. Chloe, the keeper, just headed off.
Yeah, that's just might be the end of the day, or at least the end of the half for Noah Deweese. And so now, number 0, the freshman, Ryan Hill, stepping in.
Nervous start from the freshman. That was not a good ball. That's going to be... should be a yellow card here. I mean, that was a shoulder tackle through that one.
That was a tough one. Maybe the ref just trying to give a little bit of grace because we're only 9 minutes into the first half. But, I mean, we know how dangerous the Lions are on set pieces. That's just a silly mistake from the Screaming Eagle player. And now Jason Ossine, who quite literally has the right foot of gold, will try and play this in and get a first early goal for the Lions.
Williamson was the one that committed the foul. Ossine can't quite find where the ref sprayed. But we'll see how this goes. About 26 out here. Decent angle for Ossine. You likely think he's swinging this one in, and he does. Headed towards the back post. One-handed punch. Almost a right cross there.
And here's the thing.
Ryan Hill.
That's a great idea from Ossine because this keeper, he didn't even really get a warm-up in. He just put on his gloves and stepped on the field. That's a great idea to try and say, hey, how warm are you?
Great idea and a great punch. Quick shout out for the ball girl down in the corner. That's assistant women's soccer coach Stephanie Lamb. Doing a good job there. Ossine full volley gets blocked over. Oh my goodness. Might have seen the D3 goal of the week if that sneaks in.
That would have been the number one on the Sports Center top 10.
That might be the save of the week.
So I guess now we know Ryan Hill is warmed up.
He is awake.
Wow.
He is 100% awake back
If he
there.
wasn't awake before, he certainly is now.
Need a miles per hour check on what Ossine just hit. Corner swung in by Puckett. Headed back post. Vogel header near post will not go. Now more than ever, I wish we had instant replay because I don't know how Hill kept that out.
I am stunned. That was a phenomenal shot. I think maybe just a centimeter to the right, and we just saw the goal of the year.
All the way back to Sheeler now. Everyone can breathe momentarily.
But if you take a look at that, that was about 3 opportunities for the Lions in the span of 60 seconds. That's a great start for the Lions. Maybe an opportunity here as well.
Not quite as Hill will grab that one. Good safe hands from him. He's going to have a busy day back there. So far has looked exceptional. That's got to be a handball, and we will get the whistle for it.
So another set piece opportunity here is from a difficult spot. That center of the field, it's so hard because it's not really enough space for there to be runners in. You have to loft the ball just right. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if we saw Jason Ossine just try and rip this here.
Potential opportunity. He will chip it in, but it's headed right back out of the 18. Knight's trying to grab it. First couple bounces, and then Knight will get called for the push. Played forward here. Not hit terribly well. Only makes it to the midfield line where the Lions logo sits. Foul given away by Ruiz, and the Screaming Eagles will slowly work this one upfield. Now trying to pick out Colton Davis. One bounce. Mattis can't gather it. Colton Davis in the box. Colton Davis just misses.
And completely against the run of play. That's what this formation, the 4-5-1 that Toccoa Falls are playing, that's what they want to do. They sit, they take the pressure, almost like a punching pillow. They'll take the pressure, they'll take the beating, they'll take the shots, and then right when you least expect it, they'll go down your throats and try and score.
Oh, Knight went to chip the keeper, but it is well off to the left. Never had a chance. It's a good ball forward, though, from Adam Cook. Back and forth action here, Chloe. We had to stop talking about the last opportunity.
But those are the best type of games, aren't they? The most entertaining ones, going back and forth. I will say, obviously, as if you've been watching, the Lions do have more of the opportunities, especially in the last 2 or 3 so minutes, testing that new goalkeeper, Ryan Hill. But
shots right now 6-1 in favor of the Lions, though just 2 are on target. Knight's trying to poke this one away, can't quite do it. Played forward here now to the midfield, but Eberhardt with a good step. Back to Bellin. Over to Adam Cook. Picks out the feet of Ruiz, wants to go down line to Puckett, but that is well behind him there. Senior connection not there.
And some of the success that we've seen from the Lions, they're trying to go with that over-the-top ball a lot. And I just noticed one of the defenders for the Screaming Eagles, number 8, Noah Williamson, just motioning his outside back, telling them to step up. They're trying to play that high line, trying to catch the Lions offside. And for the offside trap is not working so far. And I mean, with all that speed, it's a really dangerous game to play there.
It's a very risky maneuver to try to play that offside trap when you have really 3 forwards with such good speed, and Vogel specifically on the left wing as they're going to pick him out right on cue here. Couple bounces. Vogel, such good speed, able to gather this one. Left-footed swing into the box. There was one there. Puckett as well, but the flag will go up for offsides.
Just offside from there. I think they might have been calling Colin Vogel offside, but it was a beautiful ball in from Jason Osteen. And you were saying that front 3 of the Lions are so speedy, but not to mention the midfield that like to come through and make these overlapping runs with the players, as well as the outside backs, specifically on our near side. Nico Eberhardt, I mean, he's been very, very active from the left back position.
Osteen, good step. Pair of touches now, ready to take on the first man. Tries to poke it around. That was off of the midfielder's hand. No whistle here. Eberhard looking to switch. Wants to pick out Ruiz. Can't quite do it. And the header's back forward. Into the Lion off defensive third we go, and then quickly back out. It was Barry that wanted to force the issue. They'll pick him out again. Barry, good turn. A little heavy on that touch, but he'll poke it away from Al-Suwaidi. Barry to Colton Davis. Good step from Sheeler as Mattis gets run over, punting that one out of play. It will be a throw-in deep down the line. It's Toccoa Falls, yet another really good opportunity.
Expecting to see a long throw here. Some of these players are deep in the box, but starting to step out now.
And folks, we do apologize for the glare that you get at midfield and into the attacking third for the Lions here. Sun is set to go down here in about 30 minutes. This shouldn't be a problem in the second half as the flag is up for offsides down on the far end of the field.
Colin Sheeler, not much work to do, but I mean, he's a darn good goalkeeper. He's certainly, if he's called upon, he'll certainly do some work, especially with star forward Colton Davis up top.
Eberhard down line to Vogel. Back line just can't keep up with him. Cross blocked in initially. Back out to Eberhard here. Opportunity to swing it. Left-footed into the box. Has Puckett on the back post. Header towards goal, but the flag up once again for offsides.
Now both teams just trading offsides. The officials playing a very, very tight line. If you're a step off, they will call it. They won't give you any leeway. So the Lions just have to recycle their runs a little bit, hold themselves, not going straight through, starting to track back and then dart forward to avoid the center referee putting his arm up.
Jump ball in the midfield, pair of white jerseys get a touch, but they give it right away to Colton Davis here, trying to fight back for it is Al-Suwaidi, shielded off well by Lang. Back out to Tarr. Forward to Lang. Davis going to have to work his way back to it and does. Out wide for the Screaming Eagles. Wanted to put it back in. Puckett will head it away. Ruiz to track it down. Pair of touches back to Osteen. Odd man rush now on this side. Vogel down line. Osteen plenty of space. Osteen around one to Knight. Knight back to Osteen. Osteen worked it around to Pair into the 18. Osteen back to his right foot. Jason Osteen. It's blocked away. What a save.
I think Osteen thought he scored it before the ball actually, well, I was going to say went in, but was blocked. That's an incredible block, a goal-saving block from the Screaming Eagles. And this game has gotten a little bit more even as we've reached past the 15-minute mark, but the Lions still pushing hard. This is going to be an important, very vital chance for the Lions to get up on.
It's the right-footed Osteen to swing this in. Low and with pace is ideal. Went back post, has Delroy Mattis unmarked. It's punched away again. A big open right hand to keep that one out. Osteen back to Vogel. Vogel megs one, but there's no one on the other end of it. And now Eberhardt's going to do his best to slow down Colton Davis, who just inadvertently smacked that one with his left hand. It was not intentional, but definitely. Well, they're actually going to, they're going to call Eberhardt there on the push before the handball.
Looks like we're seeing a substitution warming up. That's Jackson Shirley on the sideline.
Shirley generally fits on the defensive third for Piedmont. Could be for Eberhard, could be for Bellin, maybe Adam Cook. We'll await to see what head coach Jimmy Stevens decides to do here. Jimmy Stevens, again, 19th season here at Piedmont, flanked by Zach Ernst, his first season here. Zach played his 2022 campaign over at Barry, talented squad that he was a part of in the SAA. This ball forward, wanted Al-Sawaidi. Great leave out to Vogel, but the flag is up on Vogel. Actually, I believe it's up on... maybe on Vogel. Al-Sawaidi thinks it was on him, and he says that he left it.
I certainly thought that was... I mean, Vogel was definitely offside. But I'm not sure if that first man was off as well, but regardless...
Good step there by Maloney to poke that one away from Knight, who had his back turned. Eberhardt cannot gather that one. 2 subs at the table now. I believe that is Andre Grant, who has joined Jackson Shirley. Grant somewhere on the left wing, right wing, likely going to be for Puckett if I had to guess. Forward, Davis, turn in the box, just could not pick it out. He lost his footing. Now it's up to Ruiz. Ruiz wants to pick out Vogel. Look at that man fly. Long strides to the ball. Now they wait for help. He is no one in the box right now. Vogel, one-on-one, right-footed swing. Wants Ruiz. Not going to find it. Headed straight up. Back will win the second header. Knight's got possession. Knight around a couple. Still hasn't found a shot. Chipped back in, and there is a host of navy blue and gold jerseys there and not a single white one.
And that was a good decision there by Vogel. That deep 5 back prevents the Lions from being able to counter, because as they're all so deep, there's very few Screaming Eagles that go forward actually to help with the attack. So it was a good decision to hold it up and try and get some help before the cross went in.
Davis goes to ground, but it will just be played back to the Toccoa Falls back line. Wanted to go forward with it. Cut out by Ruiz. Ruiz forward to Knight, who is onside. Went with the back heel flick. Poked it straight up in the air. He is being harassed. Wanted to go back to Puckett. Will not get there. Good little scrap here, and they'll call the foul on Ruiz. That'll draw some yells out of the Piedmont bench. That's a little questionable there, but nonetheless, back into play and back forward to Colton Davis. Davis and Bellin. It's a good fight from the center back to track over and cover there. Play will stop a little bit for the AR to, I believe it was to Jimmy Stevens there, just gave him the no more sign. Attempted cross, blocked out well. We'll do the throw in again. Headed and possessed by Mattis. Harassed off of this one. Lang doing a good job of stopping him from going forward. Out wide to Eberhardt. Chipped forward to Vogel. Here we go again. Vogel trying to reach that one. Cleared out well, and it'll be a throw-in.
And now the sun, this is only this part of the field, this near part where you see Colin Vogel pointing. This is the only part of the field that has any sun left. So, I mean, the ball's here. He'll be able to get to them, but maybe the crosses that he'll try and play in will be a little bit difficult for him to see.
Oh, Seed from way out puts that one in the back of the net. He was denied earlier, not this time. Jason Alcine opens the scoring.
It might not have been as glamorous as that one-time volley, but man, oh man, what a finish from Jason Alcine. We talked about how he wasn't really putting up the goals that we've seen him do last year, but if he puts up goals like this, I don't think anyone is complaining. What a finish.
That was a zinger from about 32 out, and it froze the keeper, Chloe. Hill didn't even move.
Incredible, and a good for the Lions to, they were on top, but they've had those problems of getting over that hump of getting that first goal. And you want to think now they've got that first goal, if they keep it defensively sound, they can just keep on going.
23rd minute. Time of the goal for Jason Alcine. That's number 2 on the year for him. Moves him to 6 total points. A welcome sight there. Need him scoring goals just before conference play begins. We'll see what Toccoa Falls goes with here, Chloe. Again, 5-4-1 is a very defensive formation, ideally to not concede goals, and now you find yourself trailing 1-0. Errant pass out of bounds.
Yeah, if they want to stay defensive but, go forward a little bit more, the easiest thing to do is to have those wing backs that are staying incredibly deep, having at least one of them join the attack, but we'll have to see if they actually plan to do that, because when the Screaming Eagles do go up and attack, as we see Jason Alcine take a substitution, we just don't see them go forward. We have no inklings of them wanting to go forward. They stay deep, they stay compressed, and they're trying to not concede, but they failed at that.
Freshman Tanner Beam on for the goal scorer Jason Alcine. It was Andre Grant for Adam Cook. Ooh, cheeky little back heel here. Vogel settles well. Vogel, opportunity blocked out there, and now the other way we go. Again, it was Andre Grant on for Adam Cook, and it was Jackson Shirley in for Muhammad Al-Suwaidi. 2 changes backline midfield area there, and then of course Alcine subbed out after scoring. Freshman Tanner Beam will get an opportunity in that midfield line, as that one's played out a little bit too far.
And I think it's important that we go back and just mention the fact that Ricardo Ruiz just hit a Rabona all the way to try him. That's phenomenal.
Today's the day to try it if you're going to see what weapons you have in your arsenal here. Sun finally beginning to set, and you can already feel the temperature beginning to drop. Another substitution for Piedmont here, as it will be for number 16, Brady Puckett there. First of the 2 seniors to exit today.
And with games like these, especially senior nights, you always want to get over that hurdle of getting that first goal. But after that, it's all about getting your seniors those goals. And although it's not always possible, you want to, send them out on a good note, getting that goal on the senior day. Brady Puckett, I'm sure, will get more minutes later on in the game. But Ricardo Ruiz, if you see them trying to purposely play him the ball, don't be surprised.
It is Philip Nowak in for Brady Puckett. Again, Puckett's had plenty of goals this season. He's number 3 on the team in scoring. Ruiz has added a pair as well thus far. We'll see if we can get him today. That is a mistimed run. There is, that one actually stays in. Good job by Andre Grant to keep it in. Grant back to Nowak. Nowak, big collision in the box, doing a good job to keep possession here, but finally depossessed, and we'll see it slammed forward. Again, the plans to pick out Colton Davis. Great job to shield there by Davis. Shirley's going to have to come over and step. Big slide tackle to win the ball back there, though he only delayed the inevitable for now. Shirley, a workhorse, trying to stay on that ball, but Toccoa Falls just refuses to let go. Wanted to go out wide, poked away by Vogel, though Lang's going to work his way back to it. Lang surrounded by white jerseys, will be fouled in a less than ideal spot, Chloe, about the same distance that Alcine put one in the back of the net.
And this is just really, really unlucky. It's an attempt from the ball to get the ball from Colin Vogel, but just, going in from behind like that, a ref's going to call that every day of the week. Lions need to be careful because, yes, you got over that hurdle. Yes, you've got that first goal, but the tiniest little mistake, are we forgetting that Colton Davis is on the field? He's number 1 in scoring in CCL, or he's got a great scoring record right now, and now we're starting to see the Screaming Eagles, who are defensive side, push up, go up for the set piece. This is what they want, and unfortunately, this is very dangerous for the Lions.
Got to watch Lang here. Lang, instead it swung in. Header is there, but it's just over. Was a good ball in.
That was a great header as well. Got a lot of power. The perfect jump, just a little bit too high. But that should be a wake-up call for the Lions. This is not a game that you can just happy-go-lucky your way through it. You have to be defensively sound, and you got to get rid of little mistakes. And they've had quite a few of them.
And Chloe, I believe the stat you were looking for was how many goals Colton Davis has scored. He has scored 62% of their goals.
That's incredible.
That is the man that they need to put the ball in the back of the net. Lang trying to work it around Eberhardt, and does, though he's quickly tracked down. Good tackle to slow down the attack, but we'll see that 5-man back line slowly work their way up. Toccoa Falls still does not want to put too many forward, Chloe. I'm very surprised. I know there's plenty of time and a whole other half left in this game to equalize, but they really show no sense of urgency to break that 5-4-1.
And a lot of that could change as it goes into halftime. A lot of time coaches don't want to change too much when it comes to in the middle of the game, just to omit any confusion. But as of right now, they're staying with that with that defensive tactic, which, I mean, it's not worked the best for them.
Holding that back line extremely high. This ball forward. Knight is offsides. So just kind of ignore the opportunity going on inside the box, as it will be drawn back once the center ref sees the AR's flag.
Yep, he's just a step off there. Not the first time. The Screaming Eagles are very strict on this offside line. You can see, just notice some of their center backs, specifically number 8, Noah Williamson. He seems to be the leader of that back line. He's making sure, he's saying, hey, if you're one step back, maybe even a half step, get up with us, because that one step could be the life or death in this sort of situation.
I'll give you credit, Chloe. Your hand went up before the AR's flag did, so you pegged that offsides very well as Knight pushed from behind. Play will continue. It's beamed forward to Vogel, and yep, he knew it. Handball there, inadvertent. So it will be a free kick for the Screaming Eagles.
Starting to see those Screaming Eagles midfielders step up just a little bit. So maybe instead of sacrificing a defensive player, they're maybe just, instead of having double sixes, which means 2 defensive players in the midfield, they're switching, maybe having them turn into an 8, which means they're a bit more box to box, or having 2 10s, which is 2 attacking players in the midfield.
This is out to a dangerous spot. Volley is hit, but it is well off the mark to the left there. Goal kick for Sheeler here.
And the sun is completely set on the Walker Athletic Complex. Beautiful sunset we're seeing here with lots of clouds and lots of fans here coming out to support the Lions. It's a great show out, especially because it is currently fall break at Piedmont.
Good bit of Toccoa Falls fans as well. Again, this NAIA school is just up the road, as this one's just towards Knight. Big boot. Knight actually poked the keeper. Tried to sell it, but will not get the call. Beam will take over possession in the midfield. Out wide to Nowak. He is on. Nowak 1-on-2. Able to get around the outside man. Trying to get in the box, and does. Headed back out. Possessed as well. And it'll be on Beam to get it back. Shirley now outside to Vogel. Vogel swinging this one in. Did not have anybody making the run, and it will go out for a goal kick here. Again, fun fact about Tanner Beam, his older brother in the starting 11 at Georgia State. Spent some time here at Piedmont as well before transferring to make that happen.
Runs in the family.
It does. Both Bean brothers, extremely talented. 2/3 of the way done with the first 45 as we enter the 31st minute here. Oh, Ruiz pushed from behind. That will draw the foul. So just as the goal kick was given to the Screaming Eagles, it'll be a free kick about 10 yards inside of midfield. Chipped in, trying to pick out Delroy, headed by Davis, back to Delroy, and he chips it over. That's an opportunity he will want back, but will not get it. And goal kick for the Screaming Eagles once again, Chloe.
That's a tough one there. To chip the goalkeeper, I mean, he's just outside the 6-yard box. That's incredibly difficult to do. I like the ambition, though, there. A lot of ambitious attempts for the Lions.
Lang wanted to play that one over his own head and make a run, but wasn't quite able to do so. Quick throw in. Beam turned and faced, but will choose to go to his own back line. Bellin with time and space as well. Got a couple men forward, maybe looking for that run. Nowak's having some issues timing it with the back line, and Jackson Shirley has taken this one, seen this one taken away from him. Big run here by the Screaming Eagles. Shot off the right foot is just wide. I think they might say Sheeler got a piece. Not quite. But we'll go down as a shot wide.
That is phenomenal from the Screaming Eagles midfielder there. Just going through, he went through 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4 Lions players, but you got to at least put a foot in, maybe even go for a tackle there, as long as it's a safe one, because like I said before, you do not want to give away any set pieces from this defensive side, because they will push up and they will make you pay.
Oh, Ruiz, speaking of making him pay, takeaway here, 2v2 opportunity, pulled it from distance, and it is blocked out there by Frawley.
That might have been a little bit of the senior night. wanting a goal.
Little ambitious on that attempt, we'll say. Oh, this is a big header one by Colton Davis. He's worked it around Bellin, though the numbers still favor Piedmont. Davis takes on Delroy Mattis. Good little slide tackling. Will be a corner kick. No, will be a goal kick.
Colton Davis not happy about that one, was complaining to the referee, but Sheeler will go grab the ball. But we're starting to see those glimpses of how Colton Davis does and how he wants to get the ball. It's just little opportunities like that he can make you pay. We've seen some dangerous situations and scenarios that he's put the Lions under, and although his team doesn't go forward with him that much, he's still making waves, making danger happen. A 1-0 scoreline can easily become 1-all if they don't clean it up in the back.
Yeah, Davis has had many opportunities, and like you said, Chloe, most of them he's been by himself, but he still made them work. Lang as well has shown glimpses of that ability. McKever from the midfield.
The Lions now just trying to slow the game down. It's a good decision because it's gone in favor when it goes fast, and when it's a little bit chaotic, that goes in favor of Toccoa Falls. Lions just slowing the game down, and then that's when you want to see it speed up with Colin Vogel right here. The cross goes in. And that's the right idea, the right cross that you want to go in. And like I said before, best case scenario, it's an own goal. Worst case scenario, you win yourself a corner.
Maloney, the one to slam that out. The substitution a minute ago was James Cooper for Ricardo Ruiz. So Cooper will slide into that midfield area here. Jason Ossine, right-footed corner taker here, goes well out wide. Mattis gets a head to it, but no power behind it. Hill will gather that one up, quickly restart it out of the back here. Forward to Davis. It's the same old story. Hasn't worked out just yet. Eberhardt was ready for that one. They dump it back to Sheeler, who plays it forward to Shirley. Out to Andre Grant. Back to Shirley. He is all day. He'll go to Vogel. Laying out to Step. To Beam. To Vogel. Vogel so crafty on ball. 1-2 there. Almost worked out as Cooper tried to get it back to Vogel. This one actually does stay in. Beam does a good job to work it around one. Beam has to take on a second. Back into the 18 and quickly played right back out. But to no blue and gold jersey. Eberhardt pulls that one from distance. It's off the post and kicks out. Nowak will do a good job to keep it in, but what an attempt from Eberhardt here. Nowak has it poked away. It'll be a corner, but Chloe, what an attempt.
Oh my goodness, and you saw him, the second that ball came out, you just knew that Eberhardt was going to rip that thing long distance, but you didn't think it was going to be as beautiful of a shot as it was, just ricocheting off the inside of the post and just getting on the wrong side of that post. We almost saw the second phenomenal goal of the game, but just outside, the soccer gods were not with him on that one.
He'll better give that post a hug because it saved him from conceding a second time. Vogel, great move. Vogel into the 18. Hard low drive in. Takes a bounce. It's off the post again. Swung back in, and there it is. It's Vogel who gets his goal.
We're seeing Vogel with some sort of celebration planned here. Oh, and they're dancing. This is a classic. That's classic celebration that Neymar and Dani Alves have done for Brazil. But wow, they deserve to celebrate like that. What a good team goal there. Off the corner that was earned by Eberhardt. And man, what a good finish. Unlucky for some of the players getting off the post, just trying to keep going, but the resilience from the Lions to keep pushing for that second goal, and that's what you want, getting over that second hump. And this is, like I said before, the game that prepares you for Maryville. Getting goals like this, team goals like that, and celebrations like that is exactly what you want before such a big matchup. Quick
correction, it's Tanner Beam that's been swinging these great balls in. It was Bellin had his shot blocked. Mattis had his blocked as well. Actually, I believe somebody hit the post, and it kicked back to Vogel.
I believe it was Grant.
Yeah, I thought that was Andre Grant as well, but there were a lot of opportunities for Piedmont there. Again, Hill still owes that post a hug because that has saved him a couple times now. But either way, 2-0 for the Lions just before half. Got about 8 minutes and some change before we head to the break.
The Lions do not want to stop here. Something about a 2-0 scoreline. Yes, it's a little bit more comfortable than that 1-0, but it is the most dangerous scoreline in football. And let me tell you why. You go into halftime, you've got that false sense of security, and you think, oh, I've got the cushion, we're up 2-0. But the second that the Screaming Eagles hypothetically get that one goal, it is all guns a-blazing. They would maybe send more people forward, and other teams would do that, but we've seen with the Screaming Eagles, they don't quite like to do that. But all the momentum goes to the other team, so maybe even getting a third right before half could effectively kill the game.
This one all the way back to the keeper. He did not have a sense of urgency to come out to get that one, Chloe. His backs had to shield off Knight for a hot minute. Now a big giveaway in the defensive third for Toccoa Falls here. Nowak allowed to turn. He tried to play it to Vogel, who was offsides. It's back to Nowak here. Now back to Knight. He's taken down in the box. Wow, and the ref will say it's clean. I didn't realize we were playing American football.
Yeah, he went low on a chop block for that one.
Nowak shoves player over. Whistle blown for the foul there. He expresses his displeasure.
I'm surprised I don't see a conversation from the official there.
Currently, the assist is not credited to Mattis. We're going to explore that option there. No, it looks like it has been corrected. Mattis off the post will get credit for the assist. Little asterisk as well. Post would be credited with an assist as well.
Just 5.5 minutes left to go in the half, and I can officially say here at the Walker Athletic Complex, it is chilly. The sun is down, the wind is starting to blow, and some of the guys on the sideline that might be a little bit sweaty kind of wish they had a jacket about now, and that's going to affect the game, especially in the second half.
Yeah, we'll see some jackets grabbed at halftime. Here is Eberhard dancing away from a pair. We'll get it back to Shirley. Wide to Mattis, wants to play it forward to Vogel, but the back line was ready for that one. Hill will scoop that one up.
And the ball just played too forward. The thing about attacking runs like that is that you never want to have a forward run with the forward ball. You want a diagonal run with the forward ball, or vice versa, the diagonal ball with the forward run, just like this.
Oh, this is a bad leave, but a better save by Hill. He's caught out. Beam puts it back in. I think it's poked away by the back line. I believe that's Clausen that got a left knee in front of that. Might have saved Hill from conceding a third.
And it'll be another corner.
So Beam will jog over to take the corner there. Backline miscommunication there. Hill did a great job to get off his line, make the save. Played short to Andre Grant. Swung in, wanted Bellin. I think he got ahead to it. Struggle for this one in the corner, and it will be a corner kick for Piedmont once again as Beam switches sides.
We've seen Colin Vogel come short for these corners. Looks like Vogel will actually be the one to take it now, while Beamer is the one who was short but is walking away now. Vogel with the cross.
Oh, he picked out Delroy Mattis. It's headed away, and let's see if they give Vogel a second opportunity.
They will. It's another corner.
They will not let him take it again, though, as Nowak currently stands over it. Beam is going to make his way over.
Just 3.5 minutes to go in the half. 3.5 minutes to get the third. That can really just kill the spirits of the Screaming Eagles.
Oh, opportunity was there. Now Delroy with a fadeaway shot will not go as well, and it's cleared back out to the bench area of Toccoa Falls. Throw in for Piedmont. Time dwindling here in the first half.
And you can see them pushing to get that third goal, but also not pushing so hard that they make silly little mistakes that can give Colton Davis on the other side a chance to go all the way through.
Foul called there on Davis tonight. And Colton Davis had a couple good opportunities early in this game, Chloe, but I'd say for the past 15 minutes has really been kind of left isolated up top.
And that's the nature of the position, especially in a 4-5-1. Maybe something can happen here. I think he tried to take a dive there, but there's quite literally no one around him.
Either that or was trying to take a touch off his chest and just did not execute the first part of that equation. Forward to Vogel once again. Wouldn't be surprised to just see him poke this one down line and go. There it is. Someone had it red in the midfield, though. McKiver was the one that had it red. Sprinting over to cut that one off. Beam to go back post to Nowak. He is on. Great first touch. A look for help. Out wide to Grant. Andre Grant. Left-footed swing. Nobody there. Lang will pop it. Up and out. Nowak does not have the first touch this time. The shoulder will be ruled clean and we'll play on here. It's Davis forward. Now a foot race down this line. Andre Grant doing a great job of tracking back. Delroy Mattis there to help him as well, and Delroy will come away with possession. Slip around to second. Beam at midfield. Beam forward to Nowak, who is offsides, and he will slam that one well out of play.
Just a minute and a half left to go. You would expect the Screaming Eagles here to be taking their time, just trying to get to halftime, regroup, and figure out what they're going to do next, as we're actually seeing someone complaining to the referee at midfield, but referee just says, off you go.
So restarted off the free kick. Possession won back by the Lions. Bellin plays it forward. Battle for position midfield. 1 minute call from the table. 1 minute. Oh, and it's going to be.
Head coach Jimmy Stevens has lots and lots of words.
Yeah, the no advantage played there, which is surprising because Piedmont was moving forward with a good opportunity to test that offside trap once more.
Now just under 40 seconds to get this ball in, maybe get the third.
Headed back out, and they're going to call Vogel. I think Vogel on the pusher, maybe James Cooper. Either way, restarted. Shirley almost takes a tumble there. It's forcing Delroy to step here. Delroy worked it around two. Big Meg, and actually gets it around a third, but they'll call him for the foul. He's going to slow play down correctly, and that will cause the clock to be stopped. They're going to give Delroy a yellow for that, for a delay of game, delaying a restart. That's what the official booking will be. That's what ref tells Vogel.
And now the Screaming Eagles have 6 seconds. They are sending everyone forward, the most people we've seen in the attacking half all game long for Toccoa Falls. Desperate to get something here.
Yeah, 6 seconds. Definitely can't be counterattacked here. I'm surprised they didn't send everybody forward, because there is no way the Lions put one away in that amount of time. Played it forward for no purpose. Eberhardt boots it out, and we will close the first 45 here from the Walker Athletic Complex. Piedmont leads 2-0, and when we come back, 45 more minutes to find a winner. Don't go anywhere. Second half action ready to get underway. Sun is almost completely gone, and the chilliness has set in. Chloe, you got a beanie on.
Yeah, I've got a completely different wardrobe on. Beanie, another hoodie. I'm comfortable.
Do what you got to do. Again, nobody wants to be cold here. Pants, a sweatshirt, and a beanie. No shorts out here.
I just work here. Let me do my job.
Yeah, exactly. But back underway here. 45 more minutes of Piedmont men's soccer left. They lead right now. They might lead by even more. Here is Knight poked this one around Hill, but can't quite find the shooting opportunity. It is just 2-0. Here, I say just because Ryan Hill has kept a couple of bangers out of the back of the net. He might be called upon here as well. It's skipped its way through the box to Danny Castro. Back to Andre Grant. Bottom left corner. Grant's found it. It's 3-0.
With 36 seconds into the first half, the Lions have effectively killed this game off. I was just about to say a 2-0 lead is a dangerous scoreline, so you want to go in and you want to kill all hopes and dreams. The Lions have just done that to the Screaming Eagles. And what a finish it was.
What a finish it was, and a first goal for Andre Grant there. I was wondering what that celebration was about, so congratulations to the freshman from Alpharetta, Georgia. It's his first career goal.
That's all 3 goals scored today have been outside of the box bangers by the Lions. I think the Lions only know bangers only. No thoughts, only bangers.
Again, congratulations to Andre. He's played an extreme amount of games here. I mean, it's not like he is not seeing the pitch. He's played 12 games here. He's had a couple opportunities, but he makes the most of that one. Just like that. Piedmont up 3-0 now, though this one's worked around a pair. Blocked away by Al-Suwaidi. Ossine to Ricardo Ruiz, trying to work it around. Is a senior, can't quite do it. Has it taken away by the Screaming Eagles. These numbers now outdated, Chloe, but they are from halftime. 19 total shots for Piedmont to the 5 of the Screaming Eagles. 9 shots on goal for Piedmont, 0 for Toccoa Falls.
Most notably, 8 corner kicks for the Lions, and this one might be 9.
It should be, based on the way everyone's acting, and they might let Vogel swing this one in. Ossine's headed that direction, but I think he's just going to be your near post guy. Getting a beautiful sunset here in Timorous, Georgia. It's fall break, so only a handful of students on campus. Everyone enjoying their time off here as we really get into the heart of fall here. First of the cold nights out here. Ossine had it played short. Ruiz tried to flick it on. It's back to Al-Suwaidi. He thought about hitting it, and he probably should have. Quickly collapsed on. Now turn and swing from Knight. We'll be halfway up the hill.
And I think a lot of the Lions players now are going to want to get on that score sheet, maybe start taking some more shots that they wouldn't normally take. It's just important that, they don't lose sight of the game. This is, of course, a game that is important. All games are important, but especially because, like we said before, it's Maryville in 5 days. They need to be prepared for that, need to go in, and need to have not only a win, but a strong performance with that. I think they've done that so far, but it takes a full 90 to really evaluate a strong performance.
Job's far from finished, but trending in the right direction. That's a good run from Lang. Quickly cut out here by Mattis. Pokes it back to Al-Suwaidi. Ruiz back to Eberhardt, and Piedmont back in possession once again. Now over the top to Vogel. 2 bounces and a left-footed touch, and he's brought to ground. And I mean, based on the way the center has played today, that should be a yellow. It will not be. So just a free kick for the Lions here.
And a free kick, expecting Ossine to take it as he is approaching the ball now. It's going to be an in-swinger. We see him like to hit the ball low. In-swinger, just something that can kind of bounce around and someone can get a one-touch onto it.
Ossine went for a low-line drive. It's headed up by one Screaming Eagle. A second will track out to it, and left-footed poked forward. It does catch a little bit of the newly subbed on Nathan Jacome. Again, Jacome, usual starter for Piedmont, did not see the start today.
Senior Ruiz is back on the field. We are celebrating senior night tonight. He is one of the 2 seniors, Brady Puckett the other, who started the game.
Puckett, a breakout senior year, has seen the most action of his career this year, as well as netting his first career collegiate goal and 3 more to go with it. forward. Colton Davis goes down there between Toccoa and Mattis. Got sandwiched. He wanted a foul, not going to get it. Again, no Bobby Wood tonight. Colin Sheeler in goal right now. Nothing to his name. He's had the ball played back to him a couple times, but no saves required through the first 45.
Seen some decent opportunities, but all of them have gone wide. And Shearer probably would have gotten a touch on all of the potential saves, but not necessary.
Oh, that one into the box. It was Danny Castro. They got the shot, but it was blocked by Hill at point blank. Fantastic block. Back in, it catches the outside of the post.
I think Ryan Hill, the goalkeeper,
actually,
I think he just got a touch on that, pushed it onto the post, and then went out. That's a phenomenal save, but almost another great goal from Jason Ossine, who got the first, an absolute rocket from probably about 30-odd yards out.
Oh, Knight just went for the bicycle kick. It did not work. It is a corner, though, for Piedmont here. Chloe Hill had 6 saves in the first half. He's had at least 2 here in the second. Again, he was the backup keeper. Noah DeWeese went down with an injury near the beginning of this game, just in the 9th minute. Hill been on ever since, and the offside flag. No, they're going to get a push, I believe, on Knight.
So unlucky there. An opportunity for Screaming Eagles to maybe build out, but they've not done too much of the building, just going long, trying to get to Colton Davis, who has scored 62% of the goals for the Eagles. Here's the long ball, and it's going to be an impressive chest by Ossine.
Passed around the white jerseys. Now settled by Al-Suwaidi. Out wide to the goal scorer, Grant. Tried to pick out Al-Suwaidi making the run. Can't quite do it. Al-Suwaidi, Castro, and Grant all around it. Ossine will have to be the one to come forward. He pokes it around too. Jason Ossine going to work. Ossine, still Ossine. Now back to Davis. Shot saved away. Follow-up is not there. Might have taken it over the touchline. No, he will have done a great job to keep it in. And yet another great save from Ryan Hill. This is a bad giveaway, though. Knight goes down. Knight pushed down again. Knight doing a good job staying on the ball. Knight pushed down a 3rd time. And then he'll be called for the foul.
The Lions are doing a really good job of winning these long balls that they're playing, just like here. We'll try and see a Superman dive to win that, but now Colton Davis has it.
One-on-one with Chacombe, but he took too long. Eberhardt's able to track back there. Played forward to Knight. Knight out wide to Vogel, and the foot race is on again. Vogel first one to it, swung into the box. Hill pops it straight up, and will be a goal kick. Caught a little bit of Mattis before it goes out.
And one thing about these long balls that the Screaming Eagles are playing is that they're trying to play long and they're trying to get it to Colton Davis, but their 5 back and their 4 in the midfield are just playing flat, and they're playing extremely deep. So it's very hard for them to be winning these balls. You almost think that they're just trying to stay low and absorb any pressure that the Lions give them, which is what they've been doing for a majority of the game. But unfortunately, we've seen 3 holes poked through.
And slight correction, that is Danny Castro over there. They were officially statted that is a shot high, not a shot save. That is a great gather up there by Ryan Hill once again. So now Al-Suwaidi tumbling over the top of it. Now to Barry. Barry didn't see Al-Suwaidi. We'll have to track back now that he sees him. Out wide. Colton Davis back to Lang. Lang and Eberhardt down the side. Eberhardt will get the best of him. Throw in taken quickly. Back to Vogel, and there goes Colin Vogel around 1. Vogel into the 18, wanted. Knight will not get it there. Corner opportunity for Piedmont once again.
I believe that's corner number 11 now.
We're getting up there. I would believe so.
Lions yet to score directly off of a corner. I've gotten a couple deflections out wide. Maybe they can get one here.
Well, this one bounced around. It's blocked, catches somebody, and finally played back out, long out, onto the Piedmont softball field, and throw in incoming. Mattis from Al-Suwaidi. Mattis into the 18. Mattis cuts back hard. Back to Al-Suwaidi. Left-footed shot is saved by Ryan Hill.
Ryan Hill going to take his time, get some composure back into his team, and honestly a little bit of time to rest. It's a lot of work and a lot of energy spent defending, especially when they've got 9 players back defending at all times. They got to wait a little bit to play that long ball forward, but it doesn't matter because they just gave it up again.
Knight back to Alcine, couldn't keep it down. Had the bend, but didn't start it properly, and it stays over that crossbar. 3-0, this half's been all Piedmont.
Not even a touch for Sheeler yet in this second half. Barely the ball has been in the Toccoa Falls offensive side of the field. It just gets shoved while in the air. It's Mattis.
Wanted to go down line to Vogel once more. Instead, it's played all the way back out into the road. Quick throw in here. Ruiz to Alcine, who's dropped back into almost a defensive mid position. Ruiz to Knight. Knight, pair of touches. Knight battles off. Knight around the keeper. He'll walk it in. It's goal number 4.
He goes through 1, he goes through 2, he goes through 3, and he went through the keeper. That is incredible footwork from Davis Knight. That's why he's been called the CCS Rookie of the Week so many times. Phenomenal finish, and just another good goal to get this team going forward for the rest of the season. We're entering the second half, the latter half, where things can kind of get tough, things can kind of get rough, and this is a great way to start that second half. 4-0 with 34 minutes to go in the second half.
It's goal number 10 on the year for Knight. That could potentially move him into the lone spot atop the CCS for goals scored. It all depends on the pending LaGrange Panthers results from this weekend and fall break.
But given the way this game is going, I don't think he has any signs of stopping.
A little bit of a false start there from Piedmont, but the ref will just let it play on. Played forward. Screaming Eagles, despite playing that 5-4-1, have just had no answer for Piedmont as Vogel wins the header.
But still no looks of changing that formation. Still playing the deep 5.
You've such a disconnect between Lang and Davis up top. You're not seeing the same opportunities that you saw in the first half. That's taken away there. Big run towards Castro, and Hill does a great job to play that one away. It'll be a throw in for Piedmont in the attacking third. It's Castro. In the corner, Castro to Al-Suwaidi. Al-Suwaidi has it poked away. Castro back on ball. Tries to work it back out to Grant, but there are blue and gold jerseys everywhere, and Grant will shove down a player for a foul.
The Piedmont faithful did not like anything about that call. Saw a couple arms go up from our guys in white. Some folks here are really upset with the refereeing decisions, but the man in orange, he rules the land right now. He's the law.
Mattis over the top, wants Vogel once more. This is going to have some good pace on it, but Vogel with some brilliant pace there. He does a good job to fight. Keeps this one in. Inside the chaos, finds Alcine, top of the box. Alcine, right-footed shot, saved there. Went for placement rather than power. It'll force Hill to go to work, but, I mean, Chloe, he's been brilliant back there. I mean, he's faced nearly 20 shots on goal.
And that might be the first time we've ever seen Jason Alcine go for placement over power.
Probably will be the last.
Now we're seeing the clock stop.
Ooh, injured player way back. Almost in the shadow behind the box. There comes up limping. So that will see the play stop. Should be a drop ball for Piedmont upon restart.
I think as of now, they'll play with 10 and see if the player can come in.
Piedmont did just make a change as well. I believe it was Vogel that exited, and Christy Pescuro into the contest for him. Toccoa Falls is actually sending a sub to the table. Did not see who the injured player was or the player that came on. Piedmont also has 2 more subs lined up. Brady Puckett due to come back in. I believe that is Sebastian Rojas set to enter the contest as well. We'll see where they choose to pick up. Drop ball to Piedmont, and we are back underway.
Looks like the new player that's coming in is all the way on that wide right.
Noah Williamson is back in. It was Frawley that exited injured. So I hope everything's all right with him. That's the second injury we've seen to Toccoa Falls today that's required a substitute. Eberhard on ball. Out wide to Castro. Overlapping run from Grant. Had him outside. Castro tried to split the defenders and couldn't quite do it. It slammed upfield. Jacome, not the first touch he's looking for. He'll be forced to just put it into no man's land. Knight, good fight. Gets it to Al-Suwaidi, out wide to Castro. Castro went for goal, and it's just got the wrong curve on it. It's curving away from the keeper and away from the goal. It will go out for a goal kick.
Yeah, with the right-footed attempt there, that's always going to be difficult to get, but I think that's probably as well as he could have done there. Made the keeper work for it, which is all you can really ask for in that type of scenario, as we'll see the substitutes come in now. The senior Brady Puckett is back on the field, and with this game turning out the way it is, you're going to expect to see a lot of through balls to him, a lot of passes that maybe in other games they wouldn't make to Puckett, but they want to get him that goal to celebrate him and what he's done for his past 4 years at Piedmont.
Puckett, Rojas, and Beam on. Al-Suwaidi, Knight, and Castro are the 3 that exit. Puckett will play up top. Rojas will play out on that right wing, and then and then Beam will be in that midfield area with Ricardo Ruiz and Jason Austin. Upfield, crossfield, headers there. Flag is up for offsides either way. Opportunity was there though.
So one thing I am noticing from the Screaming Eagles to try and get something on the board is their midfield. Yes, they do still have 5 in the back, but they're starting to try and play out a little bit more rather than just going up long to Colton Davis, as there's an opportunity here.
Oh, it's poked around and it's Ruiz. Unless the flag is up, it stays down. Ruiz with the goal.
Might be another.
This is going to be a hug to mom and dad, I think, and that is exactly where he heads. A hug to the family who's here to support him on Senior Day.
You love to see that. Congratulations to Ruiz. A very, very good goal, and nothing like getting a goal on Senior Day. That's now 5 for the Lions, just under 30 minutes to play in the second half.
Live Stats have a great little note in that says, dribbled through everyone.
Yeah.
Love exactly that from the table, and it is exactly what he did. Unceremoniously just poked it around Hill for the 5th goal of today. Whistle means we're restarted once again, and Chloe, things continue to go bad for worse for Toccoa Falls. And if you're Piedmont now, Brady Puckett's the next on the list to score.
Oh, without a doubt. He's up top. He's in that 9 role. He's trying to call for some balls through. The way the Lions like to play, they like to get the ball wide and get the cross in.
They had Pescaro picked out. Oh, and it's a little run back here. Colton Davis on the end of it, but he is offsides, and he might have had a chance to put that one away. Either way, he will be brought back.
And Davis, check my math here because I'm definitely not a STEM major, but I believe that's 13 goals in the last 2 games for the Lions, and we're not even done with this one.
8-2 Huntington, 5-0 here Toccoa Falls.
We'll see Sheeler take this one way high out of his box.
It also brings the Piedmont total over the past 4 games. They had 16 coming into today. It brings them up to 21 over the past 5 games.
And that's incredible. I think the one thing they'll really want to work on here tonight is keeping that clean sheet. That's one thing that's eluded them throughout games. They've got a phenomenal attack. Player after player, upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, doesn't matter. They have got a phenomenal attack. But just keeping the leaks closed through the back line, especially with the keeper that's not seen that many minutes this season, want to make sure that they go into the next game against Maryville with a clean sheet. This
is game number 14, Chloe. They have had just 1 clean sheet all season. It was in the first game of the year, as this one's towards Pocket, but it will be saved. It came all the way back on September 1st against Warren Wilson. It was a 5-0 win. That is the only time that the Lions have not allowed a goal in a game.
They've got 29 minutes and 43 seconds to go. Actually, the clock is not running.
We will work on getting that adjusted here.
So now we'll see a long ball attempt, just goes through. And right on the right side, this is Grant trying to play the ball, goes through, and it will be a catch for Ryan Hill. Will take his time, let his team go forward. And expecting a punt out of here will be a long throw all the way right to around midfield. That's Lang with the ball, goes through over to Colton Davis. 1v2 right on the right flank, and he will get tripped, and the referee will call it. Will not be a PK, but just outside on the edge. And the clock does not stop, but we will see time taken to get the line up, and still not seeing many players for the Screaming Eagles going forward, but that's a great win by Colton Davis.
Yeah, they're holding 5 back here, Chloe. I mean, I get you have Puckett and Pascuru up top, but I mean, now you allow Rojas to leak up there. Now 1 will come forward. Still, though, you had 4 holding high here. This is very fortunate for the Lions that this is not in the box, just outside on the edge. Swung in here, tried to play it low, and Alcine read it like a book. Slams this one back upfield. It's now a foot race towards this one. Header to flip the direction by the back line. Rojas tries to keep it in, and he'll play it out off of the left back.
See a substitution here.
Will be on the back line. It's for Delroy Mattis. I believe that is Boris Bosic. It is Boris Bosic headed on. He'll take over the center back role for Delroy Mattis.
The clock is stopped once again. The official going over towards the Piedmont sideline. Now he returns back.
Throw in by Grant to restart this one. Poked around the midfield, won by Ruiz. It almost got through to Puckett. Now it's Ruiz looking for a second, out wide to Rojas. Rojas had the overlapping run, chose not to go to it. Ruiz is poked off of it. Rojas fights back to it. Ruiz trying to keep possession here. This one poked away by the Screaming Eagles, and they'll be forced to just dump it into their own corner, trying to keep it in. They'll play it upfield, and it's blocked out by Rojas. Throw in deep in the Screaming Eagles corner. Quickly restarted and booted upfield. Bosic heads it back. Central wanted to play it down line. Jacome will cut it off. Now to Ruiz. Had room to turn, but the first touch wasn't there, and he's knocked over for a free kick.
Looks like Beam wanted to go quickly, but Ruiz on the ground says, let's slow the game down. And not a bad idea there. Just keep the tempo in your hands. That's the best way to keep the clean sheet and the best way to, not give any false hope. I mean, not a lot of hope left for the Screaming Eagles with the 5-0 scoreline right now, but still not let them get any sort of hope there. Step on their neck and not let anything happen past that.
Beam switches the field. It does get nicked by that back line, though. Rojas is able to fight back to it. Rojas into the 18. Rojas shot on. It's leg kicked away by Ryan Hill. What a save there, and it's a corner for Piedmont.
And this has been a great performance by Ryan Hill. Yes, it's a 5-0 scoreline, but some of these goals have been absolutely unstoppable. For the freshman to come in with, honestly, no warm-up, to come in and get some vital minutes against a good Piedmont side. This has been a good performance for Hill and something that he as a freshman can take through his entire 4 years here, or his entire 4 years at Toccoa Falls. We'll see another substitution. Looks like Austin stepping out.
Seen out, and I do believe that's number 6. Josiah Tillett into the game for him. The corner swung way over the box. Bosic will reach it on the other end. Basically just flipped the field. His attempted cross blocked away. Second opportunity is played out into the corner. Long throw in for Piedmont here. Short throw in, played out once again. We'll see yet another substitution.
That's Eberhardt stepping out, who is absolutely phenomenal today. Was just everywhere in every phase of the field, got deep and stood his ground when it came to defense, and went up in the midfield occasionally, and even went up top sometimes to try and get some work done. Maybe an opportunity for one of the seniors to get his goal, but instead goes out wide.
Rojas to Grant back into the box. Touch there. Ruiz had a chance at a second. Saved once again by Hill, and it's a corner for Piedmont again. Anthony Bonilla was the player subbed on in place of Eberhardt. Cross in, wanted Jacome, not going to find him. Beam can't find a touch either. The Screaming Eagles will play it all the way out, but Sheeler so far off his line, basically holding the defensive third, slams this one back up the pitch. Bounced around once again. Beam finally going to be able to grab possession. It's back to Grant. Grant might pick out Puckett. Instead he goes to Rojas. Wanted the overlapping run, but Rojas gets his pocket picked. Chip ahead, Jacome. Good pace, but Sheeler there thanks to the shielding.
And those are those little moments right there that the Screaming Eagles will try and, get some more momentum, at least get a consolation goal here. You want to omit those as much as possible if you're a Piedmont Lion. Just try and nick those out. And it was a good job by Sheeler to just completely say no way to any sort of attack that was there. Just over 20 minutes to go.
Sheeler's done well with his positioning tonight, Chloe. Been very impressed with him. Again, always a tough act to follow in Bobby Wood. It's Rojas. A couple skill moves. Tried to play it in. Has it blocked away. Played right back out, and it'll be a throw-in for Piedmont once again. Far side switch. Bonilla to Pascaru. Over to Beam. Beam challenged well, but does a good job to fight for possession and keeps it. Bosic under pressure as well. Over to Bonilla. Bonilla forward. It actually is going to make its way all the way down line here. Puckett giving chase. Screaming Eagles will be forced to poke it out to the side. Jacome holds this one just inside the Lion logo. Wanted to pick out Rojas, has his pass cut out. Lions have possession taken away. Toccoa Falls trying to build something from the back. But it's not working too well. Couple passes around before they are immediately harassed, and Josiah Tillett picks the pocket of the Screaming Eagle. Now down line once more. Into the box, tried to pick out Puckett. Left-footed shot is blocked away. Corner for Piedmont. No, Puckett just mishit it. It will just bounce over for a goal kick.
And those are tough. I mean, the eye, it can fool you there. It looks like he might have just shanked it, but that ball was, bouncing in, and it's hard to read that on the bounce. Maybe just thought it was going to be a little bit lower and struck it high, but no, just unfortunately just goes out for a field goal.
Piedmont once again threatening here. Rojas wins the race into the box. Rojas has it blocked, and now it will be a corner this time.
That was an incredible ball by Ricardo Ruiz. Plays it perfectly over the top of the defender, but does it also inside so the player, Rojas, can run around it, get to the ball, and can cut in front of that defender that's trying to get him off. Does well here, wins aside another corner.
No Photoshop?
Left-footed swinging. Back post, header, back of the net, and it's in for yet another Piedmont goal. Can't quite see who that is all the way down there. I believe it's Jacome.
It's a great finish by Jacome, just towering over every single player in the box. Of course, he was going to be the target, and it's a great way to go up and head it down. Heading it down is the smartest way to get that ball in with all that power. 6-0 now the score, 17-14 to go. We'll see a substitute for the Lions. We'll try and get you who that was. I believe that's Pascuru who stepped out.
It's Pascuru on the assist as well. Love to see that. There is, again, he was one of the left-footed corner swingers last year. He took a lot of the set pieces as well. Had a brilliant one in a clutch moment against Berea. A regular season. Good back heel touch here. Back to Beam. Out wide to Bonilla. Still 20 minutes left here. Good switch to Rojas, but he is offsides.
Beautiful first touch, but unlucky on that. Just off. Been a lot of offsides called in this game. Officials are just very tight on that line. We're seeing those outside mids for Toccoa Falls stepping up higher, but balls like that will not get to them.
Keegan Fabian was the player subbed on in place of Pascuru. Jimmy Stevens deep into his bench tonight again. Huge matchup on the 14th at Maryville.
And this is the type of game to do that. Go deep in your bench, not only to rest some guys that have been playing a lot or will play a lot against Maryville, but also get some guys some experience. This is a great game for some players that might not get as many minutes, especially underclassmen, to go up and get their feet going and see how they play in this sort of system that Jimmy Stevens has.
Piedmont fourth on the table out of 7. Maryville currently in 6 coming into today. Below them, Huntington. A matchup that Piedmont pretty much has to win. Piedmont already beat Berea, who's 5th on the table. This is a good run. Plenty of pressure forward, but cut out well there. Top of the table's LaGrange. They're 3-2 in conference. Again, they snuck away with a home win against Piedmont, 88th minute, and who else but Enrique Hernandez to find the back of the net. And then Bellhaven, undefeated in conference thus far, 2-0-1. And Covenant right behind them at 2-1. Piedmont collides with Covenant following the Maryville game just 3 days later. Take a trip to good old Lookout Mountain as the flag is up here. That's going to be a cold, cold night Covenant, 5 o'clock kickoff on top of that mountain.
Just under 15 minutes to go here. 6-0 your score. Lions still trying to hold out, not only for the win, but for the clean sheet here. Haven't gotten a clean sheet since the very first game of the season. And they're doing a good job of that because if your opponent doesn't have the ball, Davis, it's hard for them to score.
It is. Hard to play offense when you're stuck on defense. Ruiz to Beam. Beam's thinking about it. He thought about pulling it from that far. Puckett just got a little wrapped up, and the defender there wasn't able to work his way around. Now it's played up towards Colton Davis, but no touch from him, and Jacome will just put it back to Sheeler. Worked around the Piedmont back line. Bosic, plenty of time and space. He'll just take what they give him here, put this one forward. Good job to keep it in. Keegan Fabian, man unmarked in the back post. Oh, the offside flag well back.
Yeah, and the sideline official had his flag raised for probably about 5 seconds. The official just didn't see it.
Yeah, it looks like the original run was offsides. Bosic cuts out the long free kick off the restart. Tillett, plenty of time and space. Over to Bosic. Forward towards Puckett, can't quite connect. Slide tackle to no avail, but Bonilla intercepts the pass. Bonilla trying to work around a couple, but it's boomed upfield. Grant has man on behind him. Does a good job to get it to Beam. Jacome now. Plays it out of danger. Puckett. Handball there by him.
Just unlucky there. The touch bounced up and hit his arm there. It's happened a couple times to the Lions, and you can see the frustration there. Puckett really trying to get on the score sheet.
Everybody in this place would love to see him do so.
We've already seen one senior score. Ricky Ruiz had a great goal where he just, according to the game notes, dribbled through everyone. Love
that little note. And it is very true. It's exactly what happened. Piedmont, 2 goals in the first half, 3 in the second. They have just buried Toccoa Falls here, Chloe. 4 in the second. That is correct. Let's just be honest here, Chloe. It's kind of what we expected coming into today.
Oh, of course. Toccoa Falls, a team that's struggling. You said they had let in 45 goals so far this season. Now that's gone up to 51.
That's tough.
Extremely tough. That's why you see them in this 4-5-1. Was curious to see how the Lions would break down this 4-5-1 formation, especially one that plays so high with the offside trap. They've been caught in the offside trap, but the way they've been playing, going down the line and winning, great tackles like that in the midfield and quickly countering. It's great play by the Lions, and a great way to get minutes for some of the other guys outside of conference play.
Ruiz trying to pick up Puckett. Back of the net. Both seniors have scored.
And all you saw were white shirts put their arms up in celebration. They know they wanted that one for Puckett, and that's a great one-time finish. Not everything's got to be a banger from outside of the box. Just one touch to collect yourself and one touch finish around the freshman goalkeeper. Brady Puckett, take a bow, and Piedmont Lions are now up 7-0, just under 11 minutes to play. Phenomenal work from the Lions. You can see the entire Piedmont sideline. They're celebrating for Brady Puckett.
The substitute is Jonathan Ferdinand, and it's going to be for Puckett there. So take a bow and head on off. Piedmont 7-0 here. Great performances all around.
That's now 15 goals scored in the last 2 games.
36 shots, Chloe, with 21 of them on goal.
It's incredible for every shot on target.
I think that's what's more impressive than anything is the fact of how many shots are on goal.
It's just clinical with 7 going in as well. I mean, and some of these have been great saves by Ryan Hill as well. You think specifically about that one beautiful volley that we saw in the first half from Jason Oseen, another one just ricocheting off the post.
Yeah, this could you're correct. This game could very well be 10-11 nothing if it weren't for Hill in goal making some tremendous saves, but he's gotten beat his fair share of time here as this one's out wide. They wanted to pick out Keegan Fabian, but instead it's played out of bounds here.
See another pair of substitutions coming in. It's going to be Rojas stepping off, and in the midfield, I believe that's Ricardo Ruiz stepping off as well.
Rojas and Ruiz both gone. Gershvertulo and Navarro are the 2 players on in their places. Back post run was there. Ball doesn't quite get over the keeper. Wanted to pick out Gershvertulo, but couldn't quite get it. Header by Colton Davis, taken away by Jacome. Sheeler over to Bonilla.
And Sheeler's done a good job. These are very tough games for goalkeepers, especially because when your team's up by as much as they are, they always say this is their favorite and least favorite games because they don't have to do much, but also they don't have to do much. So they've got to stay on high alert back there, and I think Sheeler's done a great job, especially with his positioning and his one-touch passing, trying to play out of the back. He's been great back there.
And speaking of goalkeepers staying locked in, Bobby Wood is running up and down the sidelines. He's talking to the AR. He's telling players where to go. He's got a towel because he's sweating over there. That's your starting keeper encouraging some guys that don't get too many minutes with a 7-0 lead. Something you love to see out of your sophomore goalkeeper is that's an ambitious attempt there from Boris that is not even close.
Yeah, and those attempts don't happen unless you're up 7-0.
Yeah. Getting some good laughs out of that. Beams having a conversation with him right now.
Yeah, you got away with that one there. Any other game, try that against Maryville. See what kind of response you get.
Again, very, very situational. Jimmy Stevens, I don't even think noticed that one there as he's looking at potentially a couple more substitutions before this one is done. Ferdinand wins the header. No touch there by Gershvertulo. Good poke away there by Navarro. Navarro to Bosic. Bosic wanted Fabian, not gonna get it to him. Ooh, player loses his footing. Now it's Bosic, wants another one to Ferdinand. Ferdinand run on ball. Ferdinand right-footed child poked it away again, just outside the post, I should say.
And that's an extremely difficult save to make because although Ferdinand got a shot to that, it was deflected to go even wider than Hill expected. And then Ryan Hill is able to save it again. That's a great save. Another great save for Hill. Just above 7 minutes to play. Another corner for the Lions. In-swinger comes in.
Oh, player's being held. Almost gets ahead to it. It still bounced around, and Ferdinand's put it away. It might have been Ferdinand who was being held originally.
The sideline yelling, saying who was it. I don't think they knew who scored, but regardless, it's 8-0 now, 6:52 to play, and I think they're going to try and go for double digits. If you see some shots that maybe shouldn't be taken, don't be surprised at this point.
That one got bounced all over the place, and Ferdinand, right place, right time, able to capitalize.
Davis, this has become an absolute rout.
It really has, Chloe. I mean, and I don't even know if Toccoa Falls has a shot in this second half.
I don't think
no shots to the 19 of Piedmont.
I think it's been maybe one touch inside the box for them as well. And I mean, that's going to happen when you've got one lone striker up top, and there's honestly a bit of a refusal to put players forward. The Lions won't complain at all, though, because they are just slicing through this 5-back like a hot knife through butter.
It's a look Piedmont hasn't seen. Speaking of looks here, Toccoa Falls finally going to get one, has to pull it, and it's in! Toccoa Falls finds one just before the conclusion of this game. Who else but Colton Davis?
And you have to admit, that might be, of all the shots and all the goals we've seen, that might be the most beautiful one we've seen. A beautiful curler outside of the right foot from outside the box. Just chips Colin Shearer off his line, stepping up a little bit too high, maybe a little bit too comfortable. And there goes the clean sheet. The clean sheet that has eluded them every game since the first.
Colton Davis, an 8-1. He is the one. 9th goal on the season for him. Just the 14th goal that Toccoa Falls has scored. Davis continuing to improve his goal percentage there.
And if I'm being completely honest, if I'm head coach Jimmy Stevens, I'm probably livid that went in, but still 5.5 minutes to go, can make amends by getting a finish here.
Hill made a questionable choice, came out of the box when there was nobody in front of him and tried to punt it. It's afforded Piedmont some extra possession. Tillett over to Fabian. Keegan Fabian. The 18 has a pair on him, plays it back out to Tillett. To Beam, a little casual with that pass, has it cut out. Another counter attack. Ooh, big slide tackle collision. Both players immediately back up on ball. Great job, great effort there. It's now Lang. Lang sees Colton Davis. He cannot get it to him. Cut out well by Jacome. Lang once again trying to fight for this one, and Bonilla will slam it forward here as time once again begins to dwindle here, Chloe.
And we'll see a foul there by Ferdinand. Just went for the shoulder, but probably put a little bit too much elbow in that shoulder. And the Toccoa Falls fans, they're giving them something to cheer about. That one goal is a beautiful goal by Colton Davis, and now they've, for the last probably 2-3 plays, it's gone up their way. Just some silly errors from the Lions back line, not 100% locked in. And a chance here now.
Big ball forward, big slide tackle from Jacome. Great job there by him.
Beautiful textbook slide tackle from Jacome.
First time we've seen too high from Toccoa Falls here. Looks like a 5-3-2.
Still sticking with that 5-back and that 3 in the midfield. They have been pressing forward, just holding one back. So it looks like instead of just the 1 or 2 going forward, it will be about 4 or 5 stepping up.
To the back line of the Screaming Eagles, now out wide. Wanted to pick out Lang, not quite going to get it to him, and Bonilla now will take the space he's given. Bonilla trying to pick out Gershfortuio, can't quite get it over there. This is going to be a race to the corner flag that's won by the white jersey into the corner, behind the pole. Trying to work it around, but Navarro gets a little bit too aggressive. He will push the Screaming Eagle down, and that will give away the free kick here. 8-1.
Just 3 minutes to go in the game. You can see the tempo actually stepping up in these last few minutes. Instead of the Lions, just trying to hold possession and kill the game off, you see them being a bit more aggressive, more physical. I think it's a bit of frustration of giving up that goal, but just not the time for that. You can just, it's moments like those. They get too frustrated, they try and play quickly, and then they lose their footing, lose the ball, and the ball can pop up. It's time to, settle the ball, settle the game, and do what you've been doing for the last 88 minutes. Just be dominant.
Daniel Navarro has his pocket pick. Beam's trying to fight for this one. Beam takes a pull. That hits the defender square in the back. We know that hurts. Now it's counterattack season. Forward to Colton Davis. Foot race with Bosic. Tries to muscle him off of it and instead just loses his footing, and it will be a foul on Colton Davis. Forward to Ferdinand. Chest touch, but Sees that one slammed out to the side.
Lions, so no sign of trying to slow the game down and just trying to see if they can get some shots off. Opportunity here, and I feel like Jacome, ooh, rough touch there, and now counterattack is on.
One-on-one with Bosic, not going to go anywhere. Colton Davis shut down that time. Bosic, good little slide pass as well, just to kind of knock it out of play. 2 subs for the Screaming Eagles here. Feels a little bit late for this.
Can only imagine how long they've been standing over there. 1:15 to go in this game. We'll see Colton Davis, their top goal scorer, come off.
Can pair of subs for the final 75. Played back upfield one more time. Ferdinand. Good job shielding. Ferdinand has a massive boot. It does catch a midfielder. Back heel by surprise. That's an aggressive attempt there for Gershvertuyo. Gershvertuyo going to be dragged. Now refs is going to keep letting him play. We are just going to continue to play some soccer here. Grant hard fighting to throw in one well by the Screaming Eagles. But again, Chloe, this is all just a formality to finish out here.
Yeah, still trying to go hard, play strong, at least have something you can be proud of that you put in all the effort. But with about 15 seconds to go, I mean, this game is pretty much done and dusted. You can assume that the Lions are going to try and go up, maybe get one last shot. You're hearing the pressure from the sideline to get one final shot. And here's that shot right here.
Beam. Bagger, he's just off. I don't think it would have counted either way, but it's a great way to end it. Piedmont improves to 5-6-3 on the year. They travel to Maryville on the 14th for their next Collegiate Conference of the South match up. Toccoa falls to 3-8. We hope the 2 Eagles, the Screaming Eagles that did have to exit due to injury, are all right. But for Davis Barlow and Chloe Spratland, that's all we had here from the Walker Athletic Complex. We'll see you back for men's soccer one more time this year. Final game of the season against Belhaven on October 21st, 2 p.m. Don't miss it.